Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Scheiding, and I will be your instructor for this course, Methods and Techniques in Social Science Research, SSCI 301. The whole point of this course is that it helps you develop your skills or learn the skills of being a researcher. Now that you have a lot of the course material from your 100 and 200 level courses, whether they're in social sciences or even in other disciplines, this helps you then say, okay, maybe you had some sort of question that you were curious about that maybe other social scientists haven't thought about or haven't thought about in the same way as you have. How would you explore those questions in a way that would be respected by other academics or researchers? That's the point of this course, is to teach you the way in which we as researchers and as academics communicate with each other via the research that we do. Now, I'm not presuming that you know extensively a great deal about statistics, but that you are familiar with them. So I will not be teaching statistics. Rather, what I'll be doing is teaching research skills and talk about both qualitative, non-numeric, and quantitative, numeric techniques of how research is done. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm an economist, so as an economist, I probably tend a little bit more towards the quantitative techniques. So what you'll see is that we actually cover the quantitative techniques first and then the qualitative techniques second. But having said that, I'm not preferring one or the other, and it's really dependent on what your background is and what your goals are. So what I want to do in this video, at least, is just give you an outline, talk a little bit about the syllabus itself, and then kind of give you an overview of what we're going to do on the steps forward. What I'll do is make these videos, post them on YouTube each and every week. I'll be able to talk a little bit about the material for that week with the idea that you're reading on your own and following the discussion boards, and that should help facilitate or keep you on task with learning the material. Okay, so let's talk about the syllabus. The syllabus, as I've supplied it to you, just gives you an idea of the fact that I'm on the UH West Oahu campus. I'm actually in the library, pretty sweet digs. I'm in 224. That's what were formerly the group study rooms on the second floor of the library here. My email address and my phone number. I would strongly urge you to use my email address for communication, or you could use the Laulima messaging system. I probably will check email faster, so I would strongly encourage you to use that method. I know different instructors do different things in online classes, so I want you to use email, others, Laulima. My philosophy behind using it with email is that, it goes right to my phone. So if I don't get back to you outside of the weekend, if I'm not getting back to you within a day, nudge me again, right? Send me the email again, and I will get on top of it. There's no reason at all. I'm not doing my job for you if it's taking me longer than a day to reply to you. I mean, come on, it's only a 15-week class, right? If it's taking me a week to get back to you on an email, we've lost 7% of our time. So you should be getting emails back from me quite quickly. I list some office hours here, but since this is an online class, I have formal office hours that I've listed for my face-to-face classes that I have. If you're here on this campus, just send me an email, of when you want to meet with me, or you can video or we can text chat too. I'm flexible. I don't list very much here, but it's mainly because you all are going to want to do different things, and I will try to accommodate what those different things are. I'm going to presume people can read here. This is the description that we get of this course from the course catalog. Curious sentence structure. I don't know. I'd grade this sentence structure on this course catalog as a C. It's not very good, but hey, with that said, It's descriptive of what this course is trying to do, teach you about how social research is done. And then I have an extensive discussion then of what I think of this course as what it's doing. So you can read that. Now, probably what most of you care about is how will I assess your learning. We are going to have weekly quizzes. That's probably one of the more important things. It's going to be worth 30% of your grade. But the big central piece of this course, the thing that it's really leading to, is that you're doing assignments. You're doing 5 assignments, and they are building on top of each other to create a research proposal. Now, it's not, you're not actually doing the research. You're just creating a proposal for the research. All of these things together add up to 35% of your grade. So now if you take the weekly quizzes and the research proposal, that's over half of your grade. We will have some discussion boards. They won't be weekly, but they will require you to do 1 posting and 1 response. We'll have a few of those throughout the semester. And then we'll have a final exam that will be done over La Lima, and it will be comprehensive. Okay, again, I'll presume that you can read these things. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. But what you should really focus your attention on is then this discussion of the research proposal, because again, it's the primary thing that I'm going to be grading in this course. It has different sections. You identify a research problem, you look at the studies that have been done so far, what we call a literature review, and then what you have is an introduction where you discuss that research problem, the literature section where you're reviewing the relevant studies, and then you talk about what you're going to do and how you would collect that data, theoretically speaking. But again, you're not actually collecting it, but you talk about what you would do to collect it. And it'll obviously be properly referenced. Now, deadlines, there are going to be deadlines in this course. I'm going to make them clear to everyone. I will enforce them. It's not because I feel I need to impose order over everyone. It's not because I want to feel powerful. It's just, it really does come down to me as fairness. And we've all seen it before. Someone in class who turns in material late, and the rest of the people who struggle to get something in on time are the ones who I then feel bad for because they made struggles to get it done on time. So deadlines do create fairness. I'm not going to extend the deadlines for the quizzes because you will have your 2 lowest quiz grades dropped. So if you just don't do it in time, you don't do it in time. For everything else, up to a certain period of time, I will accept things late, but I will make deductions. And if you're a habitual late submitter, by that I mean like 3-4 times, we will get to a point where I will not accept it late. You can expect from me some forgiveness. Forgiveness meaning I will accept a few things late, but I will make a deduction for it. But you don't want to overuse it. So do keep to the deadlines. There are 2 things you need for this course. I have outlined them in the email that you should have received on August 19th, but they are extensively 1 set of materials that's online, so it's obviously free of charge for anyone to access, and the other is this textbook. We will be using a lot, that is where a lot of the learning will, besides obviously my lectures, where you'll get a lot of the material, so you will want to get this book. How quickly you get it is kind of up to you, how long you want to fake it till you make it, but you can get electronic copies of the text, you can get a used copy of the text. Look at that email. If you need it again, ask me, get a copy of this book. Other instructors who taught this course also use the same book, so if you know someone else who's taken this course, maybe you rent it from them, right? Academic integrity, you've got to be true to yourself. It's really the simplest way of saying it. The student handbook for this university and the general catalog spell out what your rights and responsibilities are, but I just can't focus enough on the fact that you need to be honest with me, with yourselves. That means that material you turn in, I'm presuming, is yours. If it is not, that is plagiarism. And we can talk about all the fine lines of what is plagiarism and what is not, but it's, it's kind of like that one famous justice, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court said about pornography, right? It's, you know it when you see it. And, plagiarism is a very serious offense. Don't do it. If you are up against the clock and you feel tempted to do it, take a very deep breath and really think about what you're doing, because it is incredibly serious and you can ruin an entire academic career by a hasty decision to make a deadline. Don't do it. Don't do it. I will obviously enforce it if you do it and you are caught. Just don't do it. Accommodation. If you have a learning disability, or I guess a physical disability that kind of prevents you from learning in this course, from taking advantage of the materials I provide, let me know. But especially you'll want to talk to Dr. Takeda and work out an accommodation plan, and he'll work with me to get you set up in a reasonable manner. These are the dates of the course. You can drop up until the 2nd of September and still get all your money back. And then there's obviously the withdrawal date. Then this is what the grading scale looks like. And then I just give you an example of, like, let's say that these were your scores, and I will be keeping your scores up to date in La Lima. If these are what your scores all look like, I give you an idea of how to calculate the grade yourself. And then what I then discuss at the end of the syllabus is the research proposal assignments, the 5 key assignments that build to everything. I include the rubric here. How will I be grading what your assignments are? Like, why did you receive a certain grade? And then I outline for you due dates and what these project dates are and what I will require in each assignment. My plan here at this moment is, as I shared with many of you, I've just been assigned this course. So in some sense, I want you to kind of recognize that and accept that. What I am trying to do is stay just ahead of you all. So unlike someone who's taught this course many times, where you all of a sudden just see all the materials for the entire semester all appearing at once for the entire semester, that's not going to be the case here. I am going to stay on top of things here, probably get some things done just in time, but really for the most part, what I'm going to be doing here is just trying to stay about a week or two ahead of the rest of you, so that if you want to work up to a week or two ahead of time, you can. But I will do my best this first week to give you the overview of what the entire semester is going to look like, so that you know what to expect. But in terms of, like, if you started to want to already do the last quiz for week 15, you're not going to be able to do that, but you'll know that there is a quiz that week, and it will be available at a certain point in time. You'll have some freedom to work ahead a little bit, but you probably won't want to work ahead that much because this is a lot of material. And in general, you'll want to take the time to create a meaningful research proposal that you can use in later courses after this. Okay, so with that said, this is my first time teaching this course. If you want to share comments with me about things that you want me to do, you wish I was doing differently, share those thoughts. I am completely open to you sharing your thoughts on this. I'm not going to take it against you if you say, hey, Scheiding, you talk too fast in your videos, right? I mean, okay, then that's good, right? I'm not going to say, oh my God, Steve, why'd you say that? You're going to get a D in this course. And I'm not like that. You need to tell me if I'm not doing something that you need me to do. I am here to help you learn this material. It's not that in this case, it's not that the customer's always right? I'm not saying that if you tell me there are too many assignments that I will then eliminate the assignments, but I will consider what you're saying and the justification that you're giving me for it, and I'll give you time to give me a justification for why you feel that. Now, I'm not saying I will automatically say you're right. I'm not going to say I'm automatically that I'm right, but I will consider it. Okay, so let's just be open with each other, share our thoughts about how we're doing things here, but know that I am working hard to create the materials for this class as quickly as I can, but I'm trying to do it thoughtfully too. And I'm not just like taking stuff from the publisher and just trying to get it done. I'm seriously thinking about things here and trying to make this a good course. So it does take time, so just be patient with me. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here, and you'll hear more from me later. Okay, so thanks.